Hey there everyone, this is Grandmaster Arcturus with another episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix on behalf of the KH Wiki. With me again this week is Newmans.
Heyo!
And Chain of Fire.
Hey!
This week we pick up right where we left off. We're taking off from Agrabah, heading straight for a giant whale. Thank
God.
A whale of a whale, you might say.
Oh, God.
I don't think I'm gonna say that.
Oh, okay, don't then.
But the ever-famous Monstro lies upon us. I like how you speed up the gummy ships because we know nobody actually cares about those.
Well, it's more the fact that, I mean, I imagine it's... I don't plan to speed them up for the KH2 versions because that's actually fun.
Yeah.
It's a legitimate minigame in that one.
Yeah, because it's like Star Fox.
Yeah, this is more like, let's go down this hallway, and if you want, you can shoot stuff. Thanks.
Like, recoded all over again. But they didn't learn the first time.
Now, actually, there's going to be an opening cutscene here after the... Well, there's going to be two. One that deals with young Sora and young Riku, but there's going to be one right after that where we run into a specific character where we actually... ran into much earlier. It was, we ran into Pinocchio in the Traverse Town accessory shop, and Jiminy said that he'd have us help him find Geppetto for Pinocchio. Now, how Pinocchio got over here to Monstro is another question entirely, because Geppetto was already here. I'm not sure how Pinocchio got here from the Traverse Town accessory shop.
Time travel.
The only suggestion I can offer is maybe he was stowing away on the ship.
It's possible, I guess.
Because that would explain why they're so surprised to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they should have made that clearer, though, if they did.
Yeah.
But, now this cutscene right here, this one with, young Riku and young Sora, I kind of taken exception to. More for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 than for when we originally saw it in the vanilla version of Kingdom Hearts, because at this point we've already had voice actors in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for young Riku and young Sora when they were at the exact same age as they are in this cutscene.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, it was kind of, since they were going back and revoicing other scenes for 1.5, it just seems like it would have made sense to bring those kids back in to actually voice this scene.
Wait, while that may be true, did they actually add any cutscenes with voice acting to Kingdom Hearts Final Mix?
There was the one with Riku and Maleficent. Are you saying like the original Final Mix that already had voice acting and were at cutscenes?
I'm saying to either one. I know they added cutscenes, but did they add voice acting to those cutscenes?
The only one I can think that I think they might have done it is the unknown fight in Hollow Bastion.
I don't think they added voice acting to that.
It was already there, right?
Yeah, it was already there in the vanilla Final Mix.
Yeah, in the Japanese version, they added Sora talking, but that's about it.
Hey,
they didn't
Sora,
add anything that wasn't there before.
What are you guys doing?
Well, still, they had people coming in to revoice lines for
days.
For days.
Oh, you know,
and I think one more,
a
couple of scenes in Chain of Memories.
And for today's weather,
yeah, there was at least one or two new scenes.
Really? I gotta see these scenes.
Heavy showers.
Wait, are you saying in the remix there was more scenes than the
there was
original
at least
rechain?
one or two more scenes in Chain of Memories for 1.5.
Oh.
Pinocchio?
I'll have to see these scenes. I'll have to look that up.
Oh, I've got the entire playthrough on my other channel, on my personal channel.
Oh.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Well, we happen to have some things on the wiki. You could look that up too.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'm sure somewhere. I don't know if we have an actual thing for like added cutscenes.
But anyways,
What
it's
have you got there, Pinocchio?
it's just that's just kind of one of the things that I
Get out of here,
kind of wish they had touched up on, because
With
it
this
would have
big
made
block, you think
it's not like it
so?
would have been that much more
It's true.
expensive to
So,
throw
how
the
did you
voice
end up here,
acting,
Pinocchio?
because if you remember, they lost most of the assets for this game originally anyways,
Yeah,
so they had to
looks
pretty
like
much build 1.5 from
My
scratch.
name is Geppetto.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Pinocchio's father.
But
When we
So
got
it was kind of so
separated,
they
I
would have it
traveled
wouldn't have been that
all
much more
over
expensive
looking
to bring
for
in
you. Thank
those two kids
goodness we're
again,
together
so we
Mhm.
could get their voice acting.
So,
That's
you
probably
seem to
true.
know
Although,
Pinocchio quite well.
if you think about the
I hope
way
he was a good
they-
boy in my absence.
the way those cutscenes that don't have voice acting
Well,
are,
We've all had quite a journey.
I kind of want to say
Right,
filmed, even though that's not
Pinocchio?
really
Pinocchio.
the right word. Just the way they're presented in this kind of dramatic, fadey way, it kind of fits with no voice acting. Like they
In
made
what
it that
way?
way.
Mm,
Like you would, I guess what you're saying is, as a memory, you wouldn't
What are you doing?
thinking about a memory,
Come
you
on,
probably
let's go
wouldn't be
back.
able to recall voices.
Hello, Geppetto's awful
Yeah.
worried about you.
And
Eh.
like in the one
Pinocchio,
where
stop fooling
Riku
around.
wakes
This
up
is
in
no time
Hollow
for
Bastion by the Rising Falls, and he's yelling, but there's no voice acting there too. But the camera's like whooshing past,
But
and
Sora, I thought you liked
Kinda
games.
Okay,
real
now
dramatic.
that
It's
that
too
one
cool to
really
play them
should
now
have
that
had
you have the
voice acting.
Keyblade.
yeah.
maybe, but
Riku?
I can see
What are you
how
doing?
they
Well, that
could
wasn't
get
a
away with
memory.
it.
That was
Pinocchio.
taking place in real time. So
You know what I mean.
if there's
What
any
about
cutscene
Kairi?
that needed
Did you
voice
find
acting,
her?
that one did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Although
Now I can
Watch
also
this,
understand.
and maybe
now,
I'll
we
tell
were
you
talking
what I
about
know.
Unknown Fight just a second
Come
ago.
on.
I can understand why they didn't put it in that one because
Yeah, that one I would excuse the most.
because it's because that would be kind of revealing things for people who hadn't played Kingdom Hearts 2 yet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like a lot of the secret bosses don't have talking. Like if you think of Lingering Will and the Unknown, and just some of those where we don't know their identities as of that game.
Basically, any of the ones that relate to the Kingdom Hearts story itself, not ones that are put in there for fan service.
yeah, Julius had
Yeah,
well something close to talking. Not really.
yeah, it is
Well,
like
yeah, Pete's voice actor was the one who did Julius.
But but for all the unknown boss battles that relate to the story and they're keeping their identities a secret for a reason. Just all the ones that were labeled unknown or mysterious figure or lingering sediment or whatever we called them.
Why do you still
Uh,
care about that boy?
I kind of like the fact that they don't have voice actors
He has
at that
all
point.
but deserted you.
Just either because they don't have
New
lines
companions
or
after
They
all.
hadn't figured out a voice actor for
I
them
don't
yet.
care about him.
that, yeah, but
That was just
That's
messing
In
they-
the way, and like
Oh,
for Terra
really? Of
Mhm.
course.
or Lingering
Yes,
Will.
but the way
They-
Beware
the way they're
darkness
bringing
that
those
lurks.
guys in is very
The heart
dramatic.
is prey
With the
upon.
mysterious figure, you can't see the
Mind your own
face,
business.
you don't know their origin. They're just trying to be so super dramatic, and I feel like that's a big part of why they didn't.
Yeah, no, and that makes sense. I like that. I like how they do it that way.
And even though they didn't figure out a voice actor, they still had like a
Riku!
reason behind them. Like
What's the
Mysterious
matter with
Figure, he
you?
just didn't talk.
What do you think?
Lingering Will,
Don't
he
you
had
realize
like
what
metal
you're doing?
clanking, and that's because
I was
it's like
about to
his
ask you
mind,
the
so I
same
guess
thing,
it's
Sora.
not his voice box or
You only
something.
seem
Well, it's
interested
more
in
that it's
running
just
around
his
with
legends.
off that
It's just his
Keyblade
armor
these days.
clanking around.
Yeah.
Do you even
And,
want to
but
see
as for
Kairi?
Xemnas,
I do.
they didn't give much of a reason, just to hide it from the audience.
Yeah.
Because didn't he have
You know, it's
speaking
legitimate.
rules?
Well, no,
Or
no,
did-
he didn't have anything in speaking role until Kingdom Hearts 2.
Oh, okay. I thought he said something. Maybe not then. But oh, that's right. It was just a bunch of like flying text.
Yeah.
So yeah, even then he just didn't talk. So I'm glad
Or like
that
thought
like
speak.
yeah, thought speak or whatever.
You up for this?
But
No problem.
I'm glad that they kind
Let's
of
do
had
it.
a reason to do that, to cover up the fact that they didn't have a voice actor or actress.
Now, there is something I want to mention about these Monstro cutscenes. You notice that Riku takes part in just about all of them. If you were to skip the Monstro until you had beaten Hollow Bastion, Riku would not be in any of them, and it kind of makes it kind of
Almost. That's almost true. Something that looks like Riku appears, but at one point, like Sora's like, "You're not Riku," and then he just disappears.
Yeah.
So it's just it's kind of weird. I mean, some of them just kind of come off kind of weird if you save Monstro till the very end.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they kind of did the cover up that way, so it doesn't look. So it's like, oh, there's a plot hole because blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that they covered it up.
Yeah, that they thought of it. That they didn't forget.
They do. They also do that for several other worlds as well. Like specifically, if you go to Olympus and then you go to Deep Jungle and then Wonderland last of the first set, then you don't see Alice being the one captured. You see Snow White.
I'm glad they did that too.
And then, as for Olympus itself, if you save Olympus till after you've beaten a Hollow Bastion, like I am, after you beat the Fill Cup, you'll see a cutscene where normally Hades would be talking to Maleficent, but since I'll have beaten the Hollow Bastion at that point, and therefore defeated Maleficent, Hades will just be talking to himself the entire time.
Which is like, yeah. But I think this is the only game that features more than one alternate cutscene. Because I know Kingdom Hearts 2 did it briefly with the Cypher fight, but I think that was the only other one besides this game.
That might be true.
Yeah, I don't remember too many alternate cutscenes in any of the other games.
Because they also had Squall or Leon's fight.
Yeah, if you win or versus you lose.
And then same with Cloud.
Right.
And then of course the aforementioned Cypher. But besides that, I think that just Kingdom Hearts 2 didn't leave room for alternate cutscenes.
Yeah, it didn't leave as many possible plot holes.
Hey, where does the parasite cage disappear to? Like, it grabbed the ceiling, spit Pinocchio down, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
it dropped down the same hole.
Oh yeah.
Not in that cutscene, it didn't.
Oh, it didn't? Well, it's meant to. I think it's meant to show that it did.
I think it just. I thought it just went down into the bottom hole.
Well, what I'm saying is, even if it didn't show it doing that, you're meant to understand that that's where it went.
I guess that's the only way it could go.
Yeah.
And now we're emptying all the water out of Monstro, so for future treasure hunting, we can get everything in here.
Woohoo!
Pinocchio! Pinocchio!
But,
please,
for
give me
the...
back my son.
I remember I tried finding a little plot hole in the second game. I tried doing all the worlds twice except for Beast's Castle, so that I could see Zeldin's
Not many puppets have hearts. I'm not sure.
Grave be blue instead of red, but it doesn't let you do that.
Wait a minute.
You have to defeat Zeldin to get to the world that never was.
Are there any worlds you can whose second visit you can skip until
Yes.
the end?
Yes.
Yes, it is possible.
Right. It's all the ones that are like on the left. It's Pride Lands. I mean Atlantica. You can completely. I think you have to get through a certain point in Atlantica.
Well,
No,
you.
you don't have. Sorry.
I was just gonna say I don't think you do for Atlantica because I know for my current playthrough that I'm doing, I'm leaving that till the very end so I can do all the songs in one go and not have to leave and come back.
They still kick you out though.
I've seen
Well, yeah, they
speed
kick
runs.
you out, but you just go right back in.
I've seen speed runs that do skip Atlantica though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is completely. Yep. But yeah, Pride Lands is pretty much completely skippable. You might be able to get away with Halloween Town and what's the other one over there? Agrabah. No. Yeah, Halloween Town and Agrabah you might be able to skip. If I'm thinking of my order right.
That might be
just for the second playthrough though.
Hey, let Pinocchio go, Riku.
Or
I don't know.
Or rather, the
puppet
second
that's
visit.
lost its heart.
Yeah, second visit, sorry.
Maybe it holds the key to helping Kairi. How about
But
it, Sora?
as for every other
Let's join
world,
forces to
you
save
have
her.
to go through
We
at
can
least
do it together.
twice. Except for, of course, the ones you
What?
don't visit twice.
You'd
Be
rather
it
fight
Disney
me
Town or
Like-
over a
Castle.
puppet that has
Disney
no
Yeah,
heart?
Castle.
Disney
Timeless
Castle, Timeless River, yeah.
Harder
But,
than hard.
you even have to
At least
do
he still has
Tron
a
twice,
Conscience.
because of
You might not
because
hear
of the
it,
whole
But
Heartless
right now it's loud
Thousand
and clear.
Heartless Invasion.
Battle of the
It's telling
Thousand
me you're on
Heartless,
the
yeah.
wrong side.
And the entire Heartless
Then you leave
Invasion,
me
and you
no
accidentally
choice.
get sucked in, and that's just a part of it.
Pinocchio!
So,
Pinocchio!
And then there's the epic part where Goofy supposedly dies. Everybody gets
But he
pissed
does-
and goes rage mode.
like, no, Goofy died when he was killed.
Oh.
It's like, nope, he wasn't, he was just
I
killed.
guess
and
I'm
not died.
okay.
Yeah, and nobody knows how to check a pulse. That's all.
Yeah,
I
perfect.
think it was still pretty cool that everybody just went rage mode over for Goofy's supposed death.
Yeah.
And all of us playing at home were like, what? What? Wait. No.
Mickey's just like, they'll pay for this.
Just rips off the coat, show him his keyblade, and is like, charge. Like,
Yeah, it was. That's probably my favorite part of Kingdom Hearts 2. Just because it's just like it shows Mickey just showing that he can be the uber badass.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
basically he's the Yoda of this game.
he is.
Yeah,
Which
and
is
we
good-
don't
which-
see enough of him in action.
Which is funny because if Star Wars does make it into Kingdom Hearts 3, I can imagine what kind of a trivia experience it'll be having if you can end up having Mickey and Yoda in your party at the same time, or if they even meet each other. Just seeing how their fighting styles are so similar.
An arena battle against Mickey and Yoda.
You just got these two small dudes that are flipping and jumping around. You can't even really hit them all.
I think that's what TV tropes call something like unexpected badass or something. I think there's a trope for that. But,
There's always a trope for that.
of course. I'm sure there's a rule on the internet somewhere about that. I think I read this, there's actually like a synopsis that is out for Kingdom Hearts 3. And it says like, Riku and Mickey are going to look for the new lights and Sora, Donald, and Goofy are looking for the old lights or something like that. For the 7.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Sora can get away into the realm of darkness, he can then rescue Aqua, who then uses Sora's heart to rescue Finn, and then they all go to rescue Terra. Which requires, I guess, meeting up with Xehanort and beating the living crap out of him and freeing Terra's heart from him.
Something like that.
And then going to the Keyblade Graveyard and combining Terra's heart with his armor. Which then
Oh yeah, they gotta get his armor too.
because that's where his, I guess that's where, as it's called the Lingering Will. I mean, that's a part that you would need to bring Terra back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be cool to kind of be able to play as him again.
I imagine at some point you will, like after you got the Birth by Sleep crew back, they'll become a playable part.
Oh, that'd be nice. But I wonder how they're gonna play off the playable characters and such. Because I hope it's not just Sora.
No. After Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, they can't get away with that anymore.
Yeah. Because and Days as well, if you want to count that a little bit. But
They
I
haven't
just
had the only game since the first Kingdom Hearts that has only one playable character is Recoded now.
So yeah, I'm guessing. Like I said, I think probably about halfway through the game, if that, you'll get the Birth by Sleep crew. So that'll be another party you can play as. And I'm guessing, like, even at the beginning, you'll be able to play as Mickey and... but I'm guessing the other crew will be Mickey, Kairi, and Riku. And then it'll be... And then yet another crew will be Lee and 2 others.
yeah, that might be that might be fun. But it's kind of interesting because, of course, Riku and Sora, with their respective Disney counterparts, are going into 2 different directions. So I'm just hoping that they don't stay with Sora the entire time and have like a cutscene on Riku's side, and then continue going with Sora, and then a cutscene on Riku's side again, or something like that.
No,
That's what I hope doesn't happen.
No, what I'm thinking to do is like you'll be able to switch between them at any time. Similar to the drop system, but more like you can just there's no drop system. You just switch if you want to, and you can go see what they're doing.
Either that, or they'll have certain points of the game where they'll switch.
Yeah. Mandatory. I don't know if I like mandatory switching, but if nothing else, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Or they'll do like a reverse thing where it's like Sora's story and then Riku's or something like that.
Oh, 3 different no, let's see. Sora, Donald, Goofy, Mickey, Riku, and Kairi, and then Lee, Roxas, Xion, and then Terra, Ventus, Aqua. 4 different stories in one game. I think they can do that since it's a PS4 game.
They could. Will they?
But will they?
Well, surely they can see the profit of doing it because they did it with Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
Just not as many characters per story.
And the stories were not all that, or not as long as, say, Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2.
Yeah, but then again, the Kingdom Hearts 3 is going on a PS4 disc, which we all know the PS4 Blu-rays are even larger than the PS3 Blu-rays.
Oh, I should hope so.
Yeah. But you, Arcturus, you mentioned that Xion would be in one of the parties as well as Roxas.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are your expectations for Roxas and Xion in 3?
I'm guessing that the story that at one point this Sora's going to be told that in his heart resides the essences of resides the essences of Xion and Roxas. And He'll let them free them.
Taken by the heart.
They'll join up with Axel. They'll join up with Axel/Lee, depending on what you want to call him. And if you're Riku, you still call him Axel for some reason.
Yeah.
Gather them together.
Well, Sora.
It's Lee. Oh, never mind.
In the Japanese version, Sora also calls him
Within
Axel.
lies untold wisdom.
I thought he did
Nobody got it right.
Nobody got it right.
Surely find a way.
No wonder he was
Oh, wait,
pissed
no.
off.
At the
Now see his
very
frustration.
end, Goofy gets it right.
Now.
Goofy's
Of
the
course,
only
Goofy
one.
gets it right. He's the intelligent one of the crew.
Double power to control the heartless.
I mean, I can see his frustration now. I can see Lee's frustration now. It's like, it's Lee! How many times do I have to say this?
Soon,
My goodness, people.
What I have to do? Wear a sign?
But
Even then, they'll get it wrong.
Yeah,
Except Goofy.
But I'm guessing that's what will happen is that they'll just free Roxas and Xion from Sora's heart, probably close to the beginning of the game, thus making yet another party you can play as. Probably opening cutscene too. So that'll be your 3 beginning parties: the Mickey party, the Sora party, and the Lee party.
Can I point out for the record, before we continue, the Space Whale is just silly.
Yes.
Space Whale because Space Whale.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they did something in, Oh wait, never mind, that was Dream Drop. For some reason I was thinking it was, Birth by Sleep. Something where, like, they shot the whale out of this, out of Prankster's Paradise and it just went into space. It's like, oh, that's how it got there, or something like that.
Giant whale cannon.
Yeah. But, see, my thoughts is, like, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm kind of gonna be here. I think that Xion is done forever.
Well, I could have sworn that I heard Nomura an interview with Nomura state that he wanted to bring Xion back.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere, but I'm not gonna. Don't quote me on that because I'm not absolutely certain, but I do believe that I heard that.
Okay. Well, was that post?
And then there's
3D?
there's also the cutscene in the Recoded movie that states that Xion's essence is still in Sora and that she's one of the ones that has to be freed.
Yeah.
Did they say that?
I
didn't watch the movie, so.
Yeah, Data Nominate stated that specifically. That she is one of the ones that has to be helped. Which, therefore, means freed.
Right. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing her as one of the people that was, like, in that white place that was looking back.
In the Data Castle Oblivion.
Yeah, and towards the end, when, like, everybody's looking back and you see Xion as one of them. Well, that should be interesting,
and that actually, I believe, relates to the data that Riku found inside of Sora when he dove inside him during the end of Dream Drop Distance.
It probably does.
The data that Diz says is very important that Riku takes with him. He's like, Diz is like, you probably want this. This is data that will help you in the future. I believe that's related to all the hearts that need to be freed, and all the people that need to be helped.
I'm kind of curious how he got the data out of Sora in that way.
That is a very good question, and I don't want to know the answer to it.
And now, allow me to introduce.
Alright, just puts on one of those, like, gloves that the doctors use, just snap. Alright, time to get the data.
Just reaches right in there. And now
this is why Sora's asleep.
And now we have the Master of Terrors, Jack Skellington.
Bravo, Jack, bravo! The mayor.
I'm only an elected official!
Thank you,
Jack!
but their movement still
No,
needs
unfortunately we won't
It's
be
not
using too
scary
much of them,
enough.
but that's only because
I want
I
to
will be
strike
speeding
home
through this
terror.
world,
I'm going to
most
consult the
just about like I
doctor.
did with Agrabah, where I just dodge roll through any fights that I don't have to go through.
Decorations.
Yeah, one of my favorite things about the first game is that there's so much to do even after you beat the game. There's just little hidden things like the clock tower that you mentioned earlier, and just things you didn't know before.
The
like
doorbell on Jack's house.
Yeah. And the torches in Olympus Coliseum and just Wonderland in general.
Don't understand.
Like the worst part of it is that there's no record of where these things are. There's no treasure chest list. There's no
hidden Easter egg list.
Nope, you have to wait. You have to wait for Kingdom Hearts 2 for anything like that.
Yeah.
Right.
A heart. Doctor.
I was kind of
Do you
hoping that
think we
for
could
that in the
add a
HD
heart to
remix,
that
but it's
device?
like, I'm not too disappointed.
It's not all bad.
But yeah, and just stuff like and postcards and
Make a heart.
the clock tower in the hotel in Traverse Town. Not clock tower, but the clock thing. Just a bunch of little stuff like that they put into the games. Because with all the other games, like 2 did a good job with that, with the added organization fights in the cave and the Mushroom 13 and such.
Yep.
But with things like Birth by Sleep, besides the Mirage Arena, and then of course the added Unversed battles and 2 secret bosses.
Ice cream.
Once, yeah, that's true. Although those were bit more pain in the butt.
The Heartless came to town.
In
Oh, well, I
some-
kind of like the ice cream. The
What's
racing was
frustrating is I can't
annoying.
get them to dance.
Screw
with
fruit
me.
ball. I hate fruit ball. Oh my
So,
gosh.
the doctor and I are trying to
Okay,
improve the guidance system.
the one I detest the most is Ice Cream Beat because I cannot.
quite a
I'm not
genius.
good. That's.
Okay, Doctor,
I mean, I'm
let's continue.
decent at
The
Guitar
ingredients
Hero,
for a
but
heart
that's I can only play that on easy. I
Emotion.
cannot go any higher than easy.
I had trouble, like, my first playthrough, the circle button was on my PSP that I was borrowing was not very good, so that just made not only the entire game a pain in the butt, but it made the Ice Cream Beat just unnecessarily difficult.
Have either of you played the 2.5 Ice Cream Beat?
No, I have not.
Because I'm wondering if it's any easier than with a PS3 controller than with a PSP.
I used a laptop for my second playthrough of Birth by Sleep, and that is a billion times easier than
I mean,
a
the
PSP.
controls aren't that complicated, really.
Well, no, it's not, but it's just the PSP, the way you hold the PSP, kind of like a claw, is much different than how you hold a PS3 controller.
Yeah.
The way the controller's shaped can sometimes even make it easier.
Sora, would you like to come along?
I know. I feel like playing Kingdom Hearts on an Xbox is gonna feel weird.
Oh, I have no doubt about that.
Like it's not gonna feel right at all.
I mean, I don't. For me, I'm not. I can't exactly state that I understand why they're putting it even on Xbox, given that they're not putting any of the other games over on the Xbox.
Given like the HD remixes are PS3 exclusive.
Yeah.
Curse you, Square-Enix, but
and they may not stay PS3 exclusive if they can get the contract renegotiated with Kairi Utada. The first place they'll go after this is the PS4. Much like Final Fantasy X 10-2 HD remaster.
Right. But which would be marvelous.
Yeah,
and
because
they...
I can see that that would make a recording so much easier because then I could record in 1080p.
Yahoo! See, like I would like for an HD remix, both 1.5 and we ran out of time.
Yeah. We'll continue this discussion next week, so catch back up with us then for episode 10. See you then.